Here with defensive line coach Barry Sachs. How you doing, Coach?
Very good, thank you. Very good.
So we're in day 6 of practice now. How do you feel like your defensive line core has been doing so far?
I think they've bought in completely on the new system. They're doing extremely well as far as their ability to relearn it again after spring football. And the thing is that they're just getting better every single day. They keep honing their trade and get better every day, and the most we can ask for is to get better in increments every single day. If you do that, you're going to be a pretty sound, good football team.
So the defense is switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3, although it's not a radical change, since a lot of times there were 4 guys on the line in the 3-4 before, with the rush backer playing up on the line. How has the team adapted to the new structure?
Extremely well. Extremely well. I think Coach Boo's system is extremely simple and sound and good, and yet you can be multiple and be an attacking defense in a lot of those ways. So they've done extremely well as far as buying in and learning the system and learning how we are going to utilize it.
So the defensive line could end up being a real strength on this team. There's a lot of pretty dynamic players on that line, and especially up the middle at defensive tackle. You've got a couple of returning guys. One who has played a lot in DeAndre Coleman, and another guy that's shown a lot of potential in Mustafa Jalil. Can you talk a little bit about those guys up the middle?
I think they had solid springs and they've had a really solid fall camp so far, and so. DeAndre's increased himself as far as what he's doing in a big increment, and I think he's been a lot more consistent right now in this first week of camp as compared to what he was doing in the spring. I think a lot of it's the learning curve and doing what he did in the 3-4 and what he's doing in the 4-3 right now. And he's just letting a lot more of himself loose, and he's understanding how the system works and his fit and his roles in that. So he's done extremely well. And Mustafa's a very physical football player, very physical with his hands, very, very physical and understands and studies the game an immense amount. And so he's constantly in the film room or on his own, and you walk in and there he is doing things to try to increase that.
And he's healthy now and getting squared away academically too, because those are 2 issues he's had before.
Both of those young men are sound academically right now. In fact, they've gone from one extreme possibly when we got here to the absolute other extreme. Proud of what they're doing academically, proud of where they're going academically, proud of the University of California, and I think it's really been an asset to them, and it's going to continue to be that way. And I couldn't be more pleased as to where they're gone and where they're going to go academically.
At defensive end, you've got one exciting player in Brennan Scarlett, who people are really anxious to see healthy and to see what he can do. And then on the other side, you've got a lot of competition. You've got Dan Camporelli and Camporelli, I should say, and you've got Chris McCain. You've got a lot of guys.
Todd Barr, this is another one that's a real good football player. And so those guys are doing a real nice job with what they're doing. It seems like nice job. Brennan Scarlett, I've seen him only in like a non-padded situations. He's moving extremely well. We're just waiting for everything to come together for him.
Probably can't wait to see him out there.
Yeah, he's
live.
A gifted athlete. So we can't wait to get that gift on the field for the Bears. That's for sure.
Thank you. You talk about the JC ends. Siona came back earlier than expected, and looks like Kyle Cragen's doing some nice stuff out there too.
Both of those guys have had a nice camp. Cragen's had a real nice camp so far, and he's learned real well. And I tell you what, there's some real live competition on the outside parts of our defense. That's for sure.
I wanted to ask you about Jacoby Hunter too. He's surprised a lot of people. He came in a little bit unheralded, but he's been doing a lot of nice things almost every day.
Those unheralded guys may be the best. So he's a solid, square, very solid football, very strong, very quick. He's got a real whole package. probably one of the better freshmen that I've ever been associated with at this stage of the game.
You don't see a lot of big defensive tackles run into the flat and knock down passes very often like he did today. That was impressive.
Threw a screen, he had a real easy release in. He retraced and then went out and knocked it down. He looked extremely agile.
Yeah.
And so that was a very, very pleasant surprise play.
He swatted it down like a bear.
Yeah, he looked like a dog. He was going after the honey.
Yeah. So Marcus Manley is another guy that's new this year. How's he been doing so far?
All effort. He's learning to play the game. I think he's just was sick of him in junior college, but I'll tell you what, he's not afraid. He's got a very good core strength about him. He's got great size right now. He's nearly 300 pounds, and he moves real well. And he's got very quick feet for that. We just got to keep developing Marcus Manley, and he'll make football players plays just due to his effort out there and some great core strength of himself and decent speed.
Yeah. Appreciate your taking the time to talk and your review on all the players, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.